Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Grow Through It podcast. My name is Julia, and today I will be talking about mindset shifts for personal growth and success. I am super passionate about this topic because changing my mindset has truly changed my life. I would not be who I am today if it weren't for the changes I made to my thoughts. I used to really not believe in myself. I wouldn't push myself too much, and I would be afraid to try new things. Over the years, I learned that I can do anything I want and have anything I want. I just have to shift my thoughts and take action. Having a growth mindset is essential in order to better your life. I talked about growth versus fixed mindset in a previous episode, but to recap, a fixed mindset is thinking you just are the way you are and your circumstances will never change. You were born this way and there's nothing you can do about it. A growth mindset is thinking you can improve as a person and your circumstances can also improve. Your mindset impacts all aspects of your life, including personal, professional, emotional, and physical. Whether we have a positive or negative mindset or growth versus fixed, this will impact our daily decisions, behaviors, and how we react to certain situations. For example, if we think things are just always happening to us and we can't catch a break, you're going to find more negative things throughout your day. If you constantly say, "Of course this happened to me," you will attract more of that. If you think you are weak or out of shape, you won't push yourself in a workout. If you think you're bad at your job, you won't have the confidence to do the best you can. Things don't just happen to you, they happen for you. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. It's happening for a reason, and it's a blessing. Start telling yourself you are strong, and that will help you push yourself so much more. These don't have to be crazy things, and you don't have to lie to yourself. If you truly think you aren't strong, instead of saying "I'm strong" and feeling like you're lying to yourself, instead say "You are building strength every day." If you think you are bad at cooking, say "I'm learning how to cook and I'm getting better every day." These are such little things, but it's really about the smaller, everyday thoughts we have that can impact us the most. Over time, these will become a lot easier and it'll become a lot more natural to you. That inner voice that you hear in your head impacts your reality. Have you ever stopped to listen to what that inner voice is saying to you? Is it mostly positive, or is it telling you you aren't good enough and you can't do it? We often don't even realize how much our thoughts can affect our daily lives. If you are constantly having negative self-talk, this can make your brain really believe your words. You will start to believe those limiting beliefs, and that will hold you back. Positive self-talk, however, can empower and motivate us. Start telling yourself that you're capable of doing it, that you can handle the situation, and that you are improving every day. When a negative thought pops into your head, don't beat yourself up for it. It is totally normal for these things to come up. Notice when this happens, though, and stop and replace that thought with a more positive one. You can even thank that thought first. Sometimes when my body is feeling pain and I'm getting frustrated about it, I thank my body. I say, "Thank you, body, for protecting me, but I am safe now." Or if I think I can't do something, I'll say, "I may not have believed I could do this in the past, but I know now I am fully capable of doing it and I will get better at it with time." You could even say something as simple as, "I am capable of this," or "I am worthy of this." It's important to not beat yourself up if these thoughts come up. What would you say to a friend if they were saying those things about themselves? You would show up with compassion, but reassure them that they are good enough to do it. These negative thoughts are limiting beliefs that will hold you back. These beliefs stem from past experiences, fear of what others may think, and what society tells us. What beliefs do you have about yourself? Think of a specific goal you have. This could be business related, a fitness goal, a relationship goal, or a personal goal. What are the beliefs you have about yourself that is holding you back from pursuing or achieving this goal? Write this down if you can. Think of all the limiting beliefs you have about yourself in relation to this specific goal. Now think about or write down the evidence you have that these beliefs are the truth. Is there actually any evidence? Have you tried it before and failed? Or have you never actually tried it before? If you did fail previously, why? Now think about why you could achieve this goal. Maybe you know you got really good grades in school. Maybe people have told you that you are a very kind and loving person, or you've been able to save money in the past. Replace these limiting beliefs and the story you made up in your head, because that's all it is, a story, with more positive and growth-oriented thoughts. If you have told yourself you will never be able to buy a house because you can't save money, that is a story you created in your mind. You have no idea if that is true or false. Create a new story and tell yourself that you are getting better at saving money and you are learning how to budget. Tell yourself that you will be able to buy a house one day because you are putting in the work and believing in yourself. I want to share 2 limiting beliefs I've had with you. The first one is a very small example, but it ended up changing my entire life. I used to believe I could never be good at hiking and I wouldn't be able to make it to the top of a mountain. I thought I was just too out of shape and I would be embarrassed to go because I would have to take so many breaks. Paul started to help me believe in myself and show me that I am capable of doing it. I proved to myself that I can do it just by taking one step at a time. I still took a lot of breaks and I still take lots of breaks, but if I hadn't gone to the top, I wouldn't have believed in myself enough to keep going to the top of mountains. Now I know I am fully capable of achieving my physical goals because I have proved to myself that I can do it and I tell myself I can do it. This has translated into all sorts of goals for me. I started telling myself I can lift heavier, I can run farther, I can learn to snowboard, I can get better at bouldering, I can do whatever it is I want to accomplish. Another example is I never thought anyone else would love me. I thought I was so unlovable and that no one would ever want to be with me. I stayed in a very toxic environment because of these limiting beliefs. I also thought I could never be strong enough to leave. Once I finally told myself that everything will be okay and I have to leave and I am capable of leaving and it is an option, I finally set myself free. I proved to myself I am capable of doing emotionally hard things. I started loving myself and respecting myself more, and I learned that I am lovable and I will find love. Shortly after, I did find love, and it's the most beautiful love I've ever seen. But if I had continued to doubt myself, I never would have found Paul, and I never would have found that love within myself. Another thing you can start to practice is using gratitude to shift your mindset. Practicing gratitude can help shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance and help you become more positive. There is literally scientific research that shows how practicing gratitude regularly can change the structure and function of your brain, which can lead to better mental health and well-being long-term. I'm not a super sciencey person, but the science behind it is actually really interesting to me. When you practice gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, which are the feel-good chemicals. This enhances mood and reduces stress and anxiety. Also, the more you practice gratitude, the stronger the neural pathways that are linked to positive thinking become. So over time, your default thinking will come from a place of optimism and positivity as opposed to negativity. There are so many other ways gratitude can alter your brain and really change your life. There are so many long-term benefits of it, so it's something that is so simple and easy to do, but can literally change your life. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you are lacking to what you already have, and that can help change your perspective on what is going on. For example, I used to have really negative thoughts around money. I used to say things like, I can't afford this, or everything is so expensive and I can't live. I learned from a friend to start being so grateful for any money that comes in, even if I earned like $20. Instead of saying, I only earned $20. I now say, I am so grateful I earned that $20. That could buy me this thing I wanted, or that could be put into my savings account, and I'm that much closer to my savings goal. Once I started focusing on being grateful for any money I receive, no matter how small, I am actually in a much better financial state, and I don't feel so stressed around money anymore. I am focusing on the positives of earning money, even if it's not as much as I want to earn. This also can have a lot to do with the law of attraction. If you are constantly focusing on lack, you will attract that. If you are focusing on the positive side of things you want, you will attract more of it. I encourage you to practice gratitude in your daily life. Start or end your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. These can be things like that you got a new job, or you're grateful for the house you live in. Or it can be smaller, like you're grateful you feel healthy or that the sun is shining. It's also important to practice gratitude in difficult situations. Be grateful for whatever life throws at you, because whatever it is, you will learn from it. Think of it as a lesson, not a setback. You are learning how to handle this situation. You are learning to slow down. You are learning what you like or don't like. Recently, I hurt my shoulder again. This shoulder has given me many issues over the years, and I tore it several years ago. It took years and years to heal, and I still have to be careful with it. I heard it not too long ago, and the day it happened, I definitely let myself be upset about it. I was really angry and sad. But the next day, I started thinking about why it happened. Maybe I needed to slow down and listen to my body more. Maybe it happened because I was overdoing it with my back injury, and this will help me take better care of myself. Maybe it happened now while I am still injured from my accident, and not when I'm fully healed and ready to work out again. I feel so much better about it now, and now I just think of it as a little bit of an inconvenience, but I'm still doing things to help it. There is a great gratitude journal you can get from Indigo, or even Amazon sells it. It's just called Gratitude Journal. I encourage you to get that and start using it daily, or just write in a journal that you already have. It takes 2 minutes to do, and it will help you so much with your mindset. If you want to improve your life and grow your personal development journey, shifting your mindset is key. To grow as a person, you have to have a growth mindset. You have to want to learn and challenge yourself, and you have to want to get better. Setting goals will be something that is essential if you want to grow and succeed. When setting goals, it's important to set specific, challenging, but achievable goals and break them into smaller, actionable steps. For example, instead of saying, I want to lose weight, set a specific and realistic goal. You can say, I am going to lose 10 pounds in the next 6 months. You have a specific goal of losing 10 pounds, and you have a time frame of when you want to achieve that goal. Now break it into steps. How are you going to achieve that? Will you eat in a calorie deficit? Will you stop eating fast food? Will you work out 4 times a week? Figure out what steps you need to take to achieve that goal. This will help you be less overwhelmed with that goal. You can break it down further by figuring out which days of the week you will work out, which app you will use to track your calories, what exercise classes you want to do. In addition, remember to tell yourself that you are capable of doing it. Having a positive mindset around your goals is so important. It's also important to not create a goal out of lack. Do it to get better. You may have the goal of weight loss because you hate your body, and to some people, maybe that is helpful, but change your wording a bit. Say, I am learning to nourish my body so I am healthy and fit. I know anytime I've tried to lose weight from a place of lack and negativity, I usually don't achieve it. But when I do it out of a place of love for myself and wanting to see what my body is capable of and pushing myself to be better, I do lose the weight. If you are feeling discomfort when you are thinking about these things or taking the actionable steps, that is not a sign of failure. It actually means you are growing and learning to be uncomfortable. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. If you are only doing things within this comfort zone, you will not challenge and push yourself enough to truly grow and get better. Start feeling excited when you get uncomfortable because you know what that means. Also know that our brains are wired for comfort, so feeling resistance to change is totally normal. Our surroundings also influence our thoughts and beliefs. Think about the people in your life. Are they supporting your growth or reinforcing those limiting beliefs? I started to grow so much more and push myself so much more when I changed my environment. I gave the example of hiking earlier. If it weren't for Paul, I may not have pushed myself as much. He encourages me to grow and get better, whereas previously I had someone telling me I wasn't good enough. Also, look at what you consume. What are you listening to or reading about? Start listening to positive and uplifting podcasts or reading personal development books. This is kind of a funny example, but I recently started watching The Challenge, and it's been motivating me so much to do more physically. Obviously, I can't do that right now, but I am so fired up to be able to do those physically challenging things that they do on the show once I'm better. I also constantly listen to personal development podcasts and read books. I'm filling my brain with encouraging and uplifting information. Start thinking about who you follow, who you listen to, and who you surround yourself with. How do they make you feel, and how does it affect your mindset? To recap, your mindset is the foundation for personal growth. How you speak to yourself can either hold you back or empower you to grow. If you have limiting beliefs, that doesn't mean you will always have them. Figure out where they are coming from and take action to prove yourself and others wrong. Gratitude is such a simple way to shift your mindset toward positivity and optimism, so there is really no excuse not to practice it. Especially when it is so effective but so easy to do. Personal growth happens when you get uncomfortable and be open to learning and changing. I challenge you to just try one of the things I mentioned in this episode. Shift your negative self-talk for one day. Start a gratitude journal and use it every day for a week. Identify and challenge one limiting belief. Try one of these things out and see how it makes you feel. Then try another, and keep practicing these until you are doing it daily and it becomes second nature to you. Over time, you won't even have to think about it anymore. It will just be how your brain works. Think of all the possibilities and all the goals you can achieve just by changing your mindset to be more positive and encouraging. That is it for today's episode. I really hope this helped you learn new tools to help shift your mindset and encouraged you to try them out. If you do try any of these tools, I would love to hear about it. Share it on social media and tag me, or message me privately on Instagram at growthroughit.pod. You can also anonymously ask me a question for future episodes or share your feedback using the link in the show notes. If you enjoy this episode, share it with someone you think would benefit from it. Thank you so much for listening, and remember that you are worthy. See you next time.